Okay, now. There we go. Woo! Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Soul Eaters, Season 1, Episode 2 of my show, but this is about Episode 1. Now, before I start talking about this episode, I just want to mention that, I did try to upload this video once a couple of weeks ago, but I accidentally made the video over 23 minutes, so I had to redo it. And I would have redid it the last week on Thursday, but we had to go for that Front in the Sun thing, so I didn't get a chance. And I would have re-uploaded it on if this doesn't work out, I'm gonna have to re-upload it on Thursday if I get a chance, if there's nothing planned and stuff. Oh, and as you can see, I'm wearing I went to Winnipeg with some people from Rosedale for the day and stuff, and I did some shopping. I also picked up a copy of some other games and stuff. I picked up Ninja Gaiden 2, Force Unleashed 1, and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So once I beat those games, I'm gonna do a history on I'm gonna do a review on those. Oh, speaking of that, after I do these first season set of History of Soul Eater videos, I have just finished playing Force Unleashed 2, which is the sequel to Force Unleashed 1, which I have. So once I finish these History of Soul Eater videos, I'm gonna do a review like for the first season on that video game. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, now getting into it, like I said, this is History of Soul Eater Season 1, Episode 2 of my show, but this is about Episode 1. Now, as I stated before, I tried to redo this video a couple of times, but it didn't work out, so hopefully this time it works out. Anyway, Episode 1 in Season 1 of Soul Eater is known as Residents of the Soul. Will Soul Eater become a death site? And basically, it starts off with this thing known as Jack the Ripper slaughtering a human being and then eating his soul. And then a woman sees that and she screams and then she runs off. And then basically what happens is he's saying, "Want more power." And then he chases after her and he said, "More power, power." And then Soul's character shows up in the distance making this noise. And then basically the woman takes this as an opportunity to run off. And then basically what happens after that is Maka's saying about that man and his soul. And then Soul is saying that she's right. That person's soul has become a Kishin egg. It's pure evil. He's not human anymore and stuff. And then Maka is saying that basically any soul that breaks away from the path of humanity and becomes evil runs the risk of transforming into a Kishin. Because, as I stated, evil souls in this series are souls that have strayed from the path of humanity and became evil, are known as Kishin eggs. They're basically red souls, and thing like that. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, continuing on, Maka is saying that in the name of Lord Death, this evil must be purged, and they should collect the demon's soul and end it. And then Soul's just clarifying with Maka that guy's turning himself into a weapon. He's the same as him that way, but he said that he looks a lot more cooler in his human form than he does. Soul was saying that basically that he looks a lot more cool in his human form than Jack the Ripper does. But after his hand transforms into the side part of his weapon form, he said that sorry about that, guys. Being a weapon isn't what the problem is. The problem isn't what the problem is there. The problem with him is his soul. And then Maka says she knows that. And then she says to Jack the Ripper that basically his murdering days are done and his soul is hers. and then they fight him, and then when they get to the part where Maka cut Jack the Ripper up, she's like, it's hard now, 99 Soul! And then Soul goes into his human form after he grabs the Kishine's soul and he swallows it, and then he's got his hands like this and he's thanking Maka for a good meal and stuff, and then she's saying that they're almost there. It took them long enough, but that was number 99, so they collected all the Kishin souls they need. Now, I'll explain that. Basically, what they mean by that is, in order for a weapon to become what is known as a death scythe, the weapon and Meister pair have to collect 99 human Kishin souls and one witch's soul. And in total, that's like 100 souls, basically, mathematically. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then Soul is saying about the one where he has to get the soul of the witch, and then it'll become one of the Lord Death's weapons, which is known as a death scythe. And then he's saying that as if he didn't look cool enough already. And then basically what happens is Maka believes that they should report in to Lord Death and let him know. So they go over to a window, and then she breathes on it, and then she starts writing the death release number, which is basically 42-42-564 whenever you want to knock on Death's door. Oh my god. And that's kind of funny. And then Lord Death answers on the other end of the mirror, and Maka is saying that she's reporting in. And then Death is basically saying, how are they doing and how'd it go? And then basically, Maka is saying that she just collected a 99th Kishin soul, and now they just need one more witch's soul to collect, and then they'll be done. And then Lord Death is kind of congratulating her, saying that she's turning out to be just as effective a Meister as her mother was, and stuff. And then they start laughing, and then Maka's father shows up in the distance and kind of saying things about him soul touching Maka and stuff. Now, as I stated in my character bio on Maka's character, she doesn't like her father that much because, like I said in that character bio video, he cheated on her a lot and stuff. So he doesn't really consider him. She doesn't really consider him her father and stuff, regardless. Oh my god. And then after they have a little talk, and then Maka kind of gives her father the cold shoulder, and then Lord Death is basically saying that as they know, this is what I stated earlier, if a Meister and weapon pair collect 99 evil souls which have strayed and become what is known as Kishine, and then additionally collect the soul of one witch, then the weapon gains the qualifications necessary to become what is known as the Death Scythe, which is one of Lord Death's instruments. But he's also telling them that it's that last soul that's like a bit tricky. They made it that far, but they should know that there are countless Meisters who have lost their lives when they challenged a witch. And then Lord Death is basically saying to Maka that she needs to be careful, but if she's lucky, maybe the Death Scythe she creates will be just as powerful as the one her mom created before her and stuff. And then she's saying she agrees with that, and then Lord Death is basically saying, now this is kind of going to be kind of karma for them later on in the episode. He tells them that the last collection, the Witch's Soul, is very important. If they slip up, all the 99 Kishin Egg souls that they collected will be confiscated. Now that's kind of karma, because I'll explain why later. And then they say goodbye to him, and then he goes off and looks at Spirit, because that's who his Death's real name is, Spirit, by the way. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. I believe I might have stated that in my character bio. I'm not sure if I did, but I'm glad I mentioned it now. And then Death is saying that he is kind of annoying, and then he gets angry, and then he loses his big hand like this, and he goes like, if you don't set it, he's like, if you don't shut up, I'm going to use my Reaper chop to split your head open. And then Spirit is basically saying that it's more effective if he warns before he chops. Oh my god. And then in the next scene there, Maka and Soul end up in a pumpkin-like house. And then basically what happens is, there's a woman dating. Now that's actually another recurring character for the series. Her name's Blair, by the way. And actually what happens is, Soul's interested about the pumpkin house, and then he said that sneaking into the house isn't very manly. Why don't they just charge right in there? And then Maka is saying that they can't. She's different from all the others that she talked about. And then he runs and then jumps through the window, and then he sees her naked. And then basically what happens is when he's in the tub, he gets a bit of a nosebleed, and then Maka jumps in and she gets angry with him because he's wondering what he was thinking and stuff. And then he's saying to Blair that she's sorry to interrupt, but they're going to be taking her soul. And then basically she wonders if Soul's going to be alright. And then Maka's wanting Soul to transform into a scythe, and he says he's working on it. And then basically what happens is, he says, they don't know that she's actually a cat, so they think she's a witch. So Soul says, which lady, naked or not, he's still going to take her soul. And then he transforms into a scythe, and then Blair's surprised by that she wanted, and then she uses a magic attack called Halloween Cannon to blast him out of the house. And then it goes to where Spirit is, and then he's having some fun with some women at a place called Chupacabras. And then they inquire about his daughter, and then the other one said that they don't want to ask about that. They trust her on that one. And they said about the thing about death type being Blair, and that didn't go over very well with his wife. And then that they're in the process of getting a divorce. And then the worst part is his daughter Maka's on her mother's side, and she hates him and stuff. And then he overhears them, and he starts crying, and then he runs out of the building, and then he starts running around, and he goes back inside the building to pay. And then after that, what happens after that is basically just saying goodbye to him and asking him to come again, and then he runs off again, and then it goes into the next scene, and then Soul is thinking, like he's saying, damn it, which, how am I supposed to be on phone when she's not naked like that? And then Maka is basically saying, pardon my language with the D word, by the way, I just gotta get that out of the way. Anyway, Maka is saying that they did expect that she's a cat. She is a witch, but Soul lost his chance to become a death type because he couldn't resist her, and then says that Maka's just jealous of her best. Again, apologies about that, guys, so sorry. Anyway, and then Maka gets a bit angry, and then Soul drags her off, and they recognize Blair, and then later on Blair sees them, and then she starts talking to him, and then he gets a nosebleed again. And then basically what happens is, Maka, in the next scene where it says the next day, Maka is saying that she wrote up a detailed plan on a piece of paper, and then Soul makes a bit of a snarky kind of joke about that thing, and that's supposed to give them an edge this time. They're not doing grocery shopping. The piece of paper is not going to help them against the witch, and then Maka's wondering what they should do to beat Blair, and what Soul thinks they should do to beat Blair, and then he says that who knows, he votes for Fruit Boys, and then Maka starts getting upset, and then yelling at him because the Fruit Boys is all he wants to do. And then Blair shows up where they are, and then she uses their Halloween cannon attack, and then in the next scene it goes into the fight scene with them. And then while they're fighting, Blair's thinking that Maka should give it up. She can't beat him and stuff. She can't beat her and stuff like that. And then Soul and Maka have a bit of an argument, and then basically what happens is Blair kind of overhears that, and she's wondering why doesn't she forget about that girl didn't come here and think about what he did to her, no matter yell at him like she does, no matter what she did to him. And then Maka is basically saying that she's Soul's partner, not her. and their conversations don't concern her. And then she said, "Is that so?" And then we'll see about that, and they start fighting again. And then it goes into a house, like when they're on top of a house, and then Maka is trying to ask Soul what they think they should do, what she should do, because her attacks won't work on Blair and stuff. And then Soul doesn't answer her, and then he's having a flash memory to what Blair said, and then it goes into the next scene, and in the next scene, the spirit is coming back from being at Chupacabras and stuff, and then Lord Death is saying, You're out drinking with your daughter's in trouble, what kind of father are you? And then he's surprised by that, and Death is basically saying that basically, Maka's not doing so well against that witch. It looks like she might die and stuff like that. And then Spirit tries to go out and help him, but Death stops him, and he's saying that think about what he's doing. He or Death could win against an opponent like that with one single blow. As he's saying that a single Reaper chop would be enough to crush her skull. They both know that, but he also says that their skills aren't the ones being tested at the moment. And he says that he's Maka's father. He says to Spirit that Spirit is Maka's father, and he must understand the situation. And then his side parts retract. And then Death is saying that basically there still is something a little bit weird about that witch. And then it goes to a scene where Maka and Soul are still fighting her, and she slides off the side of a building, and then she's asking Soul why he's not answering her, and then he answers her, and then he transforms back into a human form, and then he drops her into a trash bin, and she's wondering why he dropped her, and then he said that he thinks they shouldn't be partners anymore because he only wants to be with Blair's weapon now, and then he's happy about that and stuff, and then this is kind of stupid. But at the beginning of the episode, when Lord Death Reaper chopped Spirit on the head, that was one of 3 times it happened in this episode. The next time is this one here. He's saying that, yeah, that's more like it. Leave my dog alone. It was come back, and then Reaper chops him on the head again, which I can understand at this time because now isn't the right time to be saying stuff like that. And then it goes to where Maka is, and she's saying that Blair used her magic to trick Soul into being with her, and that's a dirty trick. And he says that she really is stupid. Any man would choose a girl with a body like hers over Maka and her flat chest, and she didn't have to use anything to trick her to pick her instead of Maka. And then Spirit's inquiring about that, and then Lord Death Reaper chops him on the head again, and he's saying that it's better to be just shut up for a while. And then basically what happens is Maka is basically thinking that she's basically saying to herself, you man, all of you, you're horrible. And then she has memory flashes to when her father cheated on her mother when she was a girl. And then she's also saying that Soul was someone she actually decided to trust, and she put her faith in him, and then she said she can't believe that, and then she thinks that she wishes all of them would just die, and then she basically asks Soul that he said that all women make wild assumptions without reasoning first, right? And that's what he said. And then she screams that what reason do men have for cheating, and that it's not fair. And then Soul says that he can't answer that because cool people don't cheat on their partners and all that and stuff. And apparently it was all just a guy to get her into the open, which is kind of weird. And then after Soul transforms into a size and slices open Blair, they get her soul, and Soul is basically saying that they got them all a good job, and he's also saying that in the end the shape and form don't matter at all, and it's only the soul that matters, right, and nothing else. And then Maka is saying that once he eats that, and he thinks with that soul he'll become a death scythe, and so he eats it, and then this is kind of anticlimactic, but there's all this whole build-up to him transforming with the scythe thing, and then he goes to a scene where he doesn't actually do it. That's kind of anticlimactic, at least in my personal opinion, and then he burps it out, and then this purple cat shows up with her, and then Maka's inquiring that Blair's not really, and then Blair's saying that she didn't say she was a witch, they just came up with all that on their own and stuff, and then she's saying that she's basically just a cat with a unbelievable amount of magic power. And then there's the part that then she's saying that Soul said that the shape and form don't matter, isn't that right? And then Death is saying that's just to be expected. And then Spirit is saying that basically he said the guy will do and stuff, and then where the Reaper chops him on the head one more time, and then Soul's like, you gotta be kidding me! Does this mean I ate 99 human souls in one? Are you telling me I ate 99 human souls in one cat soul? That just cannot be right! And then Maka is saying, and that's not all. And then she has a kind of a memory post flash to what Lord Death said a couple of times, with all the witches' soul being very important. If they slip up all the 99 Kishi souls they would collect, had collected so far would be confiscated, and they keep saying that over and over. And then she's saying that means they failed and stuff, and then Soul's like, damn it! And then he goes on the bike, and then Maka is basically saying that they have to start all over. As the Meister, she'll take responsibility. And then Soul's a bit upset because he's saying that, oh man, and I was this close to being the coolest guy in the academy. And then Blair shows up, and then Maka's wondering, Soul already ate her soul, so why is she still up there? And Blair is saying that Maka's not really smart. Doesn't she know that all cats have 9 souls? And then she's wondering if Soul's gonna ever ditch Maka for her and stuff. And then basically Maka is saying that for Blair to go away and stop following them. And then Blair is also saying that he's saying to Soul that he knows he wants to and stuff, and then Soul said that situation is not cool at all, and then it goes into a preview where it shows Black Star, and then Black Star. Now this is actually a bit of foreshadowing into the next episode. It shows Black Star and his weapon partner Tsubaki going after the soul of Al Capone and his thugs. So that's basically a bit of foreshadowing to the next episode. So this is where I'm going to stop this episode. So until next time, guys, see you guys next time, and watch it or I'll take your soul. So again, guys, I'll see you guys next time, and like I said before, watch it or I'll take your soul.